All right, so now that we now that we know how to solve systems of equations, now we can move on to trying to solve systems of inequalities. Let me just write down two inequalities right here. So 3x, y is larger than 4, and x minus y is less than or equal to. So, and let me just get down a coordinate plane because we're going to be solving this by graphing because inequalities have multiple solutions. So it's really best to just graph it so we can visualize it. Let's start with the top equation here. Let me just turn both of these into slope-intercept form. So let me just 3x larger than 4. So here we can just subtract 3x from both sides. 3x, x. And this cancels out, and we have y is larger than negative 3x plus 4. And then let me just do the other one right here. X minus y. So let me just x minus y is less than or equal to 8. Subtract x from both sides, cancels out, and then we have negative y less than or equal to 8, or negative x plus 8. And now we have to solve for y, not negative y, so we can just multiply by negative 1 for both sides. So negative 1 by negative 1, I guess. And then get y. And then here, remember, our sign here actually converts to the opposite. Get larger than or equal, and then we have just x minus 8. All right, so let's start by graphing the first one. So hold up, I think 5. Let me just make this graph bigger so you can actually graph both. Anyways, yeah, let's start by graphing the first equation. So our y-intercept here is 4, so let's go 4 up. So this is 1, 3, 4, and let me just plot a point here. And our slope is negative 3. So I'm just gonna go 3 down. So 3 down and then 1 to the right. Here we have a 1. And now let me just graph the. Here we go. And our line would be dashed because we do not have an equal sign. So let's just make a dashed line. This, and let me just go. And let's graph this inequality right here. So our slope, our y-intercept 8. So go 1, 3, 5, 6, 7. Not long enough. So I think that's still an accurate graph, yeah. And then here we have 8. So negative 8. And let me just grab this with the green. So here is our uh a y-intercept, and our slope is 1, so you can just go here 1 up and then 1 to the negative 7. Now let me just plot a point here. This one we can use a solid line because remember we have an equal sign down there, so boundary line is included. That is inequality, but hold up. Line go, and let me just there. Nice. So now let's start by shading. So let me just get my pen here and let me just shade. So here we have it is larger than, so we can just shade above this boundary line. So we would have it like this, right? And then right here it's also larger than, so you can shade also above. Right? So now we see our common place where both of these shaded parts meet. And here, right here, anything in this shaded part is a solution. Let's say here we have, let's say here, like, this is when here's, let's say we have 4, 4. So 4, 4. Let's test out 4, 4. So let me just, here, 4 and 4. It's 4, 4 solution to this system. So let's see. Uh, hold up. So, rather, 4 is larger than negative 3 times 4 is a C, plus 4. And here, negative 3 times 4 is negative 12, plus 4 is negative 8. It's 4 larger than negative 8. Yes, this statement is correct. It works for this equation. Let's test out the second equation right here. So, hold up, is 4 larger than or equal to negative 4 minus 8? Or rather, 4 minus 8, sorry. 4 minus 8. 4 minus 8 is going to equal to negative 4. So is 4 larger than or equal to negative 4? Yes, this is also a correct statement. So anything here with the green and red lines is a solution to this system of inequalities. All right, let's look down to our second example. So here, and let's see. Get my black pen. And okay, so let's say x larger than 2 and y is larger than I don't know, let's say also 2. And let's say we also have another inequality in the system. 2x minus y is uh, larger than 1. Now we have this system right here of 3 inequalities. Now don't be afraid. This is going to be pretty simple to solve. So let's see right here, right? So here we have our coordinate plane, and let's start off by graphing this one. So we know when x is constant, we're going to have a vertical line. Let's go here. This is 1, and here is 2. And of course, we should do a dashed line because we don't have an equal sign right here. So here, so like this. That, and let's go down a bit. That, right? And then y, when we know y is a constant, we know that it's going to be a horizontal line. So let me just get my black marker, and here we go. So now, it's like this. And like this. Now, of course, you might say, okay, because it's larger than, this is the solution to this system. But no, not yet, because remember, we still have this third equation right here, and we still need to graph it. So first of all, let's start off by making this into slope-intercept form. So let's subtract 2x. It cancels out. So we have negative y is larger than negative 2x plus 1. And here we can just multiply plus 1. You can just multiply by negative 1 here. So multiply by negative 1, 1. And now we have y, and remember the sign changes. So the sign changes to the opposite. Y is less than 2x minus 1. And now we have to graph this, okay? So let me just get, I don't know, a blue marker right here. So hold up. Our y-intercept is negative 1. And then we go 2 up, so 1, there we go, and then 1, right. Okay. So now our 2 points are going to be right here and right here. Remember, this is our third equation right here, and of course, I mean inequality rather. And that's just we don't have to shade the line in because it doesn't have an equal sign. That and that. And first of all, let's start by shading everything. So for the red line, it's going to be like this. And for the green line, it's going to be like this. Right? And then for the blue line, it's less than. So we're going to shade under. Now, Which part do you think is the solution? This, or like which part do you think, right? Is it this or this or this or this or that? Many parts. Now, which one has all of the colors? So we have here blue, green, and red, right? So this is actually the solution to this system right here, this part. So let me just, I don't know, let's try to color it in, uh, I don't know, gold. Sure, why not? Right? So this part is actually our, hold on. This part is actually our solution. Anything in here will fit for all three inequalities. And that is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I will see you next time.